Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another live this morning here and on a beautiful day. It was a little bit windy, otherwise I'd be outside. And I prefer to be outside. And good morning to everyone this morning. We're going to look at the real vitamin C. We're going to have some fun this morning. I know you guys probably already, good morning to you, Lisa and Brandy and Catherine and Nativity and Anna. Good to have you on. Big crowd coming on already. John, our friend from Elgin, Illinois, and Anita and Dawn. Good morning to you guys. Jerry, mon chum à Nouveau-Brunswick, and Pam and Yolande. Comment ça va, Yolande? And Andrea from Nouveau-Brunswick. Okay, so we get them from coast to coast across Canada and the United States. Rebecca and Joe and Lee. How are you, Lee? Long time no talk. A good friend, Lee Ferguson. Beth, how are you? Chantal. Okay, have you got your coffee with you? Because we're going to talk vitamin C this morning. Keith, good morning to you. Nick. You guys are going to be excited about this. If you like coffee, you don't like coffee, this is not for you, okay? Somebody said to me, what about tea? I said, why would you drink tea when you can drink coffee, okay? Tea's good. Cindy, how are you? Teresa, good to have you on with us this morning. Diane, another dear friend, Diane and Jean Pronovo. Good to have you on with us, guys. And Sandy, Keith, bonjour, and Betty, and Anne from St. Catharines. Okay, coast to coast. Somebody from the United States say hi to me. And Claudette and Lois. Okay. Lisi, yes. Nova Scotia, Marine, good morning to you. Sharon. And Palarco, how are you? And Margie, and Terry. I like to say hello, and I will go on after. You guys know me, and if you have questions there, sometimes I'll answer them right on online right after. And Sheila, and good morning from Newfoundland, and yes. Okay, let me just see. Hold on a minute. Agnes from Newfoundland. Okay, I just needed to see the name. Colorado. Hold on a minute. Let me just say hello to you. April. Oh, is it April? Yes. Good morning to you. Jeanette's on with us. Okay, I got to get going. Otherwise, we'll never finish. So good to have you on this morning with us. We're going to look at, I'm going to give you a little bit of a biochemistry this morning, but I won't go into the weeds. It won't be deep, okay? Because I don't want to confuse you. But as you know, I sort of have, the Martin Clinic has its own alphabet of vitamins, right? Like vitamin A and vitamin A, they're the same, okay? But I always explain why I love certain vitamins, okay? And they happen to be on the Martin Clinic vitamin hit parade, okay? So vitamin S is steak. Vitamin W, water. These are all essential for your body. So I call them, it's the Martin Clinic alphabet, okay? Vitamin B, I don't care about all the other Bs. You eat your other Bs, but I'm a vitamin B12 guy because the vast majority of people are deficient in it. And then, vitamin P is peanut butter. That's just because I like it. Okay. And, okay, so anyways, I think you know that if you've been following me at all, you know that about me. But let me just talk this morning. There's a couple of studies that came out, and that's why I'm bringing it up. But, and by the way, if you've known me a long time, I've been very consistent on this, very consistent about the benefits of coffee. Now, you understand that coffee back in the 1980s got a bad rap. And part of it was because it said that, the caffeine, it's not good for your kidneys and you're going to, You're going to dehydrate with drinking coffee, and coffee is very acidic. So the pH people said, don't drink coffee or very little because it'll make you acidic. And I discussed that yesterday, by the way. Your body makes baking soda. So when you have something acidic like coffee, by the time it gets into your gut, it becomes alkaline. Because your body knows how to make it alkaline with baking soda. Sodium bicarbonate. Isn't that fantastic? If you're wondering whether you're fearfully or wonderfully made, you are. Because your body knows how to take your pH. Your pH, by the way, is always within just a very tight little rope there. Because the blood, for example, can never go acidic. If it does, you're into ketoacidosis, and that's very dangerous, and it's usually a sign that you're going to die. So your body has a buffering system, and part of that is sodium bicarbonate. Yeah, baking soda that your body releases when you eat acidic foods. Like a tomato is acidic, very acidic. But by the time it gets into your gut, it's alkaline. Now, the only food that is acidic and that you can't buffer is sugar. And that's why sugar is such a poison. Sugar is a poison. And even this morning, as we talk, I'm going to show you what sugar does, okay, to vitamin C. Not coffee, the other vitamin C, okay? So I mentioned to you yesterday that Linus Pauling, you might remember that name. Linus Pauling became famous because he won a Nobel Prize in medicine for his research on vitamin C. And I remember studying under Linus Pauling in the 1970s. And this guy was a genius, way ahead of his time, and talked about the use of vitamin C, especially with cancer. And of course, there's no money in vitamin C. And a lot of his work, he really has been subdued. And I joke about this, but I always say, well, Linus Pauling only missed by one letter in the alphabet, because he was talking about vitamin C and I was talking about vitamin D. And I think research has borne that out now, that vitamin D, look, I'm not saying vitamin C is not good. I'm not saying that. But I am saying that vitamin D, you are a human solar panel. You need vitamin D. And study after study after study has proven that vitamin D is essential for every aspect of your body, from your brain to your toes. Vitamin D. You are a human solar panel, and every cell in your body has a receptor to vitamin D, and you better get enough of it, okay? Now, vitamin C, okay? Vitamin C, the real one, not coffee, but I'll come to coffee in a minute. I'll get you some studies on coffee in a minute, but I just want to talk about vitamin C. And I want to tell you why you don't hear me talking much about it. Now, I like vitamin C in therapy for cancer. You see, the problem with vitamin C, okay, there's a couple of things that are problematic, but let me just say this. Vitamin C in high doses is effective. Okay, in very high doses. In low doses, not so much. And I never liked vitamin C on its own. Okay? And I'm going to get into that in a second. vitamin C, I like in cancer. If someone has cancer, I recommend, if they ask me to, and if they can afford it, to get intravenous vitamin C. Okay? Because there's some good research on that. To get it done intravenously for cancer. So they can give you mega doses. You see, if you orally take mega doses of vitamin C, you're going to get diarrhea. For the therapeutic doses that you need, your bowel won't be able to take it. But if you take it intravenously, you can use it as a therapy. Now listen, again, I don't like vitamin C on its own, even in cancer therapy. I like it with glutathione. Now, what is glutathione? Glutathione is something your body makes. It's a powerful antioxidant that is tremendous in the battle of cancer, I find, because glutathione is like Velcro. It goes through your bloodstream and it acts like Velcro. Garbage and cancer cells stick to it. And you pull it out of your body with glutathione. The problem with glutathione, and this is, again, my opinion, it's when you take it, you can take glutathione as a supplement. I never found it to be very effective. It doesn't do the same. It's like vitamin C. You need it in high doses. Now, remember this. Your body, you're a human being. Your body does not make vitamin C. You have to take it in. Okay? Remember the story of Jacques Cartier? He came to wasn't Canada in those days, but he came from France, and his 25 men had died of scurvy. And the natives, okay, the First Nations, it's written in a book. I mean, I actually wrote about it. I wrote about it in one of my books. And they gave him a tea, not coffee, tea, with pine bark extract. And he wrote in his annals, Jacques Cartier wrote in his annals, not only did we didn't die like 25 men had on that ship, but we felt much better. He actually wrote that. And there was someone named Jacques Masquelier afterwards, and I met this guy personally, that wrote about it. And he started studying pine bark. And that's part of my story at the Martin Clinic. That's why we love Navitol so much, because of pine bark. But it's not vitamin C. But it acts like vitamin C. He didn't. The natives didn't give Jacques Cartier vitamin C. He gave them pine bark extract, but it contains the polyphenols and the phenolic acids like vitamin C. So it wasn't just here's a capsule of vitamin C. That's not what happened. They took a pine bark extract tea. And guys, the point I'm trying to make is vitamin C, and by the way, I put it in our Navitol, because when you attach it to other polyphenols and that, then it is more effective. But again, the problem with vitamin C is on its own, you need massive doses in order for it to be effective. So here's another thing about vitamin C that I don't know if you know this or not. When you eat sugar, so you know the advertising for Tropicana or any kind of orange juice, when they say, oh, orange juice has a lot of vitamin C. True, it does. The problem is the sugar in orange juice negates the effectiveness of the vitamin C in it. I'll tell you why. Again, I'm going to give you a little biochemistry. Vitamin C, if you look at it structurally, okay? And you look at glucose structurally, they're almost identical. So when your cells see sugar and you give it vitamin C, your cells are going to take sugar over vitamin C every time. So the point is that if you don't change your diet, or you're giving your kids vitamin C and they're eating sugar, they're not even going to get that vitamin C. It's doing them no good at all, because the body will always take sugar first, because it'll use it as a fuel. Your body is smart. If you take sugar, it'll hammer it up to your brain in 5 seconds. Why do you think kids go ADD and ADHD? There's so much cognitive issues with children. So this is why, okay, now follow me here. Follow me here. When you don't consume sugar, you got it? You know me and sugar. It's poison, man. When you don't consume sugar, you need very little vitamin C. Yeah? And guess what? When you don't consume sugar, you don't need, look, I'm not telling you not to eat fruits, but let's say you're doing the reset, 4 week, it's really a 30-day thing, okay? Because people ask me, is it 28 days or 30 days? Well, look, you can do 4 weeks or you can do 30 days, okay? I'm not too sticky about that. I call it a 30-day program, a 1-month program. When you are not eating any sugar, crappy carbohydrates that are sugar in 5 seconds, do you know that you don't need a lot of vitamin C? You don't hardly need any at all. And by the way, did you know steak has vitamin C? Yes, it does. People think, oh, I got to have fruits to have vitamin C and vegetable. No. Not if you're eating low sugar, because then you don't need much vitamin C, and there's enough vitamin C in your steak and your eggs. Steak and eggs have vitamin C. Did you know that? Yeah. Enough that you don't need to supplement. Look, if you want to supplement with vitamin C, well, go for it. But I'm not big on that. That's why vitamin C, for me, is coffee. But did you understand what I was saying about the real vitamin C? Okay? Structurally, it looks like sugar. It's very similar to sugar. And your body will take sugar over vitamin C every time. Not that it's better for it. It's just that your body sees sugar as fuel, and that's what it will take. So understand that. And when you lower your sugars, you do not need a lot of vitamin C, and you will get it in your steak and eggs. Yeah. That's why when you go on the reset, you don't need vitamin C. You really don't. Drink coffee instead. Not with sugar. No sugar. Okay, so coffee. Why is coffee so good for you? Okay, now I'm going to get to some studies, new ones, how effective coffee is against cancer. Did you hear me? Remember, it's not acidic when it gets into your body. It becomes alkaline. Coffee is a tremendous antioxidant. It's anti-aging. The studies show that coffee is a very effective anti-cancer treatment. because it elevates your NK, your natural killer cells, just like vitamin D does. Take your sun, get your sun. If it's sunny, get your vitamin D, D3, make sure it's the right one, and drink your coffee. New studies out on the effectiveness of 2 or 3 specific cancers, by the way. Esophageal, colorectal cancer, which is one of the #1 cancers today. It's like an epidemic today, colorectal cancer. And I believe it's because of leaky gut, by the way. It's leaky gut. It's a fungal infection in the gut because of sugar and the overuse of antibiotics, okay? That's just me telling you why. You know what, guys? I always ask the question why. Whenever I see something, I go, why? Okay? At the Martin Clinic, we want to know why. Don't just tell me something. I want to know why. I'm a question guy. I want to ask a lot of questions. So coffee, listen to this. This is beautiful. Okay, coffee is a powerful antioxidant. Much more bioavailable than the other vitamin C. Because it's not competing with sugar. Your other vitamin C is competing with sugar. That's important for you to understand that. Okay? My wife says, you only look for positive studies on vitamin C, coffee. I said, you're right. Show me something negative, I won't read it. But guys, I've been so consistent for the last 30, 40 years. I've been consistent. I have said when everybody, not everybody, but just about everybody else was telling you don't drink coffee, you know. Why? Coffee's good for you. Now don't go to Starbucks and put, you know, crappy sugars. I'm not talking about that type of coffee. Okay? I'm talking about the coffee bean and how good it is for you. Here's another one. Okay, so cancers, it's a powerful anti-aging. That's a new study, but it's just reflecting other studies because it is a very powerful, very bioavailable antioxidant, anti-aging, antioxidant, anti-cancer. Here's another one. This is, I've said this to you before, but I'm going to give it to you again. Again, a new study on coffee in the last few weeks came out and said, coffee acts just like the drug metformin. Now, for all my diabetic friends, have a coffee with your meal. It'll lower your blood sugar, just like metformin. Metformin is the #1 selling drug for diabetes. I wish I'd have bought shares in it when it came out in the 80s. Problem with metformin, by the way, if you take metformin, you cannot absorb B12. So you need to get your B12. Just remember that. But metformin, it acts like insulin to the extent that it helps open up your cells to store the sugars. Coffee does the same. I'd rather have coffee than metformin. And I tell people, have coffee with your meal. It'll lower your blood sugar. Now, how exciting is that? Okay? How exciting is that? Here's Here's another one. Coffee, and these are all new studies. Coffee decreases your risk of fatty liver. Wow. This is just me, but I suspect that upwards of 70% of the population, even in children, remember the little thing we did a couple of weeks ago on fructoholism? High fructose corn syrup has gone up the consumption of high fructose corn syrup has gone up 300%. You know why? Because people don't read their labels. Any sugar added. Your liver is a suitcase. Your liver is the Costco parking lot. And your liver will get full if you eat crappy carbs, especially with foods that have sugar in them, like your cereals. It's going to get stored in your liver. And when the liver is full, two things happen. One, the liver empties itself of that fat. Remember, sugar gets stored as fat in your liver. And when the liver is full of fat, two things. One, triglycerides are made. Now, again, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. That's me. I'm going to repeat. I'm a repetition guy. That's how I learn, and maybe that's how you learn. If you don't learn that way, I'm sorry. I'm a rinse and repeat. Always do the same. Triglycerides are at the root of heart disease. Not cholesterol. Triglycerides. How do you make triglycerides? Your body makes them in reaction to the amount of sugar you're eating and crappy carbohydrates. It all has to do with that liver. When the liver is full, the parking lot is full, the suitcase is full, your body makes triglycerides. Okay? And when the liver is full of fat from sugars, your liver can't detox. That's what's so dangerous about it. Not only is it making triglycerides, it can't detox. You can't make the glutathione that you need. Glutathione, remember what I said to you, is Velcro. It goes after heavy metals. It takes toxins out of your bloodstream. Your liver is unbelievable. What a machine. It does about 600 things, including making the good cholesterol that your body needs. Your body, God don't trust you. You can't just eat cholesterol. You should, but you can't eat enough of it. So your body makes 85% of it. What makes 85% of your cholesterol? Your liver. When it's not full. That's why the reset empties your liver, 100%. When you're eating eggs, meat, and cheese, your liver is on a holiday in Hawaii with your pancreas. Okay? So you got the teaching? This is very important what the coffee does. Coffee is a powerful antioxidant that actually helps to empty out your liver. It's a great thing. It's a big detox, man. Think about that every time you're enjoying your Java. There's a method to my madness, guys. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. Your liver is such an important organ. You know, it's Rodney Dangerfield. It don't get a lot of respect, your liver. You ever think about your liver? Not till it gets sick. Protect your liver. Drink coffee. And lower your sugars and your carbs. Don't worry about the other vitamin C. Worry about coffee. I feel sorry for your tea drinkers. You can have tea, but it's not the same. Okay, tea's good though. Tea's got antioxidants and polyphenols, but it's just not as good as coffee. Okay? So, you got that? You got that? You got that? Now, let me give you another thing that coffee does. This is new, by the way. You might not have never heard this. Okay? So, it helps your liver. It protects you because it gives you more natural killer cells. So, it's good for your immune system. It's a powerful antioxidant. Probably one of the most powerful antioxidants that you can have is coffee. And that makes it very anti-aging. Okay? And it lowers your blood sugar. Like metformin. Wow! What a cheap drug coffee is. So I'm up to 4. But I'm going to give you one more. I'm going to give you one more. Coffee helps to feed the 5th. Coffee helps to feed your good bacteria. It acts like a prebiotic. Isn't that incredible? It acts like a prebiotic. It feeds your even your good bacteria are intelligent. They go, hey, you're drinking coffee. You're feeding me. It helps to fix your microbiome in your gut. Woohoo! Doesn't that excite you? This is a new study. I learn something every day. I didn't know coffee acted like a prebiotic, but it does. I tell you, I'm on cloud 9 this morning. Okay? Telling you this. Wow. Okay. So did you get the memo on why I have coffee as vitamin C, the Martin Clinic vitamin C? You see why I removed the other vitamin C from my hit parade? And guys, listen, like I said, if you someone you know or a loved one or whatever has cancer and they can afford it, I do recommend intravenous vitamin C. I've seen the research. It's very, very promising. Even folks with COVID. There wasn't many. There was a few doctors in the United States that were using intravenous vitamin C for COVID, because they found when they gave it in massive doses, it was very anti-inflammatory for the lungs. But like I said, it competes with sugar, and you need to understand that. Vitamin C competes with sugar. And if you're going to have sugar and you try to take vitamin C like in orange juice or apple juice, it's a waste. It's a waste. You're not getting it. So don't fool yourself. Don't let the advertisers fool you. Big pharma and big food, they get together. They're a deadly combination. Okay. So guys, there's your lesson for today. Thank you so much for watching. Now listen, tomorrow is question and answer Friday. Okay, so question and answer. We're not going to do a live. Tony Jr. and I will not do a live this week we usually do it Thursday. We're not doing that this week. But tomorrow is question and answer Friday. So get those questions in, and I will attempt tomorrow to answer all your questions, okay? And you know what if you're not part of the Martin Clinic Facebook private group, make sure you join that. That's a great group. And we post a lot of stuff in there, including recipes, okay? Nick and Jeanette and Brandy are on there all the time answering questions. Sometimes I jump on there to answer questions. Okay? And hey, love you guys. Thanks. You know what? Let me just say this. I appreciate you watching. I do. I don't take that for granted. And I really am very appreciative. Okay? We love you guys. And Lord willing, we'll see you tomorrow. Okay? Talk to you soon.